a Western Maryland freight coming out of staging onto the layout. Now I haven't decided what to do with this area down here. A friend of mine is thinking about giving up his layout, and if he does, I don't know, he offered me some of his stuff, and I might take it and put a sawmill in this area. Be appropriate with a bunch of woods in the back. Then we come around here past what's going to be a brewery here. Now we're coming into what I'm calling Center City. Now Center City right now has got some buildings, but it's basically about half built. And I'm thinking about working on this area for my next project area. So I may change the layout of this pretty much entirely. Went by Center City Station there. Of course, this is a freight train, so it won't be making stops. John Dow made several of these buildings for me, including this wrecking lot, scrap metal lot, and some of the buildings in the background there. Now we're coming around and entering the canyon. Fairly steep. It goes uphill through the canyon. And here it comes out of the canyon and crossing what's going to be a river here. Kind of hard to tell now, but that will eventually be a river with several crossings. There's the potential bridges I've got in the way. And now it's coming over into the area which I'm currently calling Penn City. Coming into the yard and engine servicing part of Penn City. And here's the yard. I'm going to go away from the train for a minute to kind of give you an overflight of the yard. There's a maintenance away train in the back, wreck train sometimes called. I have a engine house there in the back. That will be a round table in the back. I've made several cars, several kits over the years. There's 2 flat cars I made. These 2 cars in the front are actually track cleaning cars that I've made. And now we're leaving the yard part of Penn City and going into a tunnel, and we'll come out onto the other only fully scenic part of the layout. This is the only part of the layout that actually looks like kind of real life. This is a commercial and industrial section. I've got another view of it in a different video, so I'm not going to go into it here. It goes through this section on the peninsula, and then we'll go into another tunnel, and I'm going to fly over to the other side where the tunnel comes out. This is the overview of that industrial area. And we come out behind the yard and start up the hill. The card that you see laying there is a train order card. Basically tells the guy driving the train where to go and what to do when he gets there. Here we are going up about a 2% grade here. There's a heavier grade in the back going up to a branch line. Branch line is up here, and there's the grade up to the branch line. This is what we're on here now is the main line grade. And we're once again coming back to that river I showed you a minute ago. And we're going to cross it again going the other way. There we are, crossing that bridge. And now we're going to be crossing over the canyon. On a future bridge over the canyon. We'll come into the little town which I'm calling Canyon right now, for obvious reasons. It's kind of perched on the edge of the canyon. I hope someday that this will be kind of a scenic area of the layout. And now it crosses over again on another bridge, and the freight train is heading downhill to the other half of the layout, going past the big hill. I think we're calling the big hill High Top there. If I ever do get around to doing that, I'm going to have to make about a bazillion trees to put on that hill. Needless to say, that will not be anytime soon. So we're flying around over Center City because the train is going behind Center City. It's coming down the hill. Going behind the brewery. Above the mainline track, you see another track. That's the branch line, and here's a freight station, and then a mine at the end of the branch line with a couple of houses for people. And now our little freight train is leaving the layout, having done a complete runaround of layout. And there it goes.